pole here. 9 cars in this first heat race. 6 laps the distance. Where the heat race is for your bombers. Green flags in the air. We're underway. And Caden Brigner will lead the field off at turn number 2. And then they're 3 wide behind him. Don Berner down the inside. Brandon Varney was up on the top side for a little bit there. Lost a little bit of the grip off of turn number 2, but we'll be side by side for second with Don Berner in the 21 of Bickies. Field comes off turn number 4. 3 wide battle that time. Caden Brigner will hang on to the race lead with Don Berner down his inside. Bickies gave it a little shot on the outside. There's Berner about whipped it around off going into turn number 1. They come off turn 2, 3 wide once again. Almost there's Mickey's. Almost got to the backside of Brigner. Don Berner going to take the race lead away from Brigner. Here comes Rick Hughes in the 7. He makes contact with Brigner as Berner drives off a 4-year race leader. He'll lead lap number 2. Brigner trying to hang on that second spot. Can't quite do it. I think he's going to get around him with the number 21 machine. Here comes Rick Hughes, going to barrel around him to the outside as well. Move Rick Hughes up to 3rd as they come off of turn number 2. Got the 17 of Jaden Popes back there right now running in 5th as I have a left rear flat on Caden Brigner's car from the contact with Rick Hughes. I believe that's a left rear flat, possibly on the 0X of Caden Brigner as Rick Hughes takes over second from Nickies. Brigner right now still holding up Popes, Wyckoff, and the 28 of Branson Lacey. Still side by side for that 4th position. Brigner and Popes as they work side by side. It wasn't a left front or left rear flat on Brigner's car. He's still holding strong right now. Well, was holding strong, was holding off with number 28 JR. Branson Lacey. Lacey does sneak by him for a 4th. Out front, no change. It's all Don Berner right now. The number 14, Papa Smurf, going to take the white flag here. Very quick opening heat race here tonight for your Bombers. And he'll lead the field off of turn number 2 as Bill starts to fan out single file now. It's all Don Berner out front. He can stretch his legs down the back straightaway as he leads the field into turn number 3. One final time here in heat race action. Off of turn number 4, checker flag will be in the air. He will win heat race number 1, followed by Rick Hughes. Bickies comes home in 3rd. 4th is going to be Lacey. Then they're side by side for 5th. Beating and banging. Justin Wyckoff will come home with 5th over Brigner and Popes. Looking for the green flag at the cone. It's in the air. We're underway. Heat race number 2. A little sloppy start that time from number 2 of Kevin Cunningham. And out of the loud pedal car kind of gave a little bit of a bobble right there. Seems the smoke pouring out of the backside of that car as they fan out going into turn number 1. 3 wide for the top spot. The Dwayne Sutton in the 27. That white, blue, or that white, green, and red car will show the way into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4. Some issues there for the 2 of Kevin Cunningham. His car got a little loose, almost pushed up the racetrack as 39 having issues too. Craig Diller, a lot of smoke pouring out the backside of his machine. It will be Dwayne Sutton, though, showing the way off of turn number 2 as Cunningham trying to hold off Jacob Mabbott now for that 2nd spot. They go side by side. Behind them is Strite and Olivet. Cunningham will drive it a little bit deeper that time into turn number 3, try to hold off the 28 of Mabbott as well as catch the backside of that 27 machine of Sutton. Sutton leads lap again. We got simultaneous spins out there. A little synchronized spinning action from the 75 of Grissom and James Guile in the 1776. They get refired and continue on the racetrack. Looks like Guile will take his car off track actually. Off of turn number 4 is out front. A little freight train action going on right now. Jacob Mabbott, he's going to break ranks though. Look down the inside of Cunningham. Right now runs around the 2nd spot. That's mainly issues that opening lap, but he seems to have that thing worked out. So right now trying to reel in the 27 machine of Dwayne Sutton once more. About a car length and a half separates those 2 drivers as they work off at turn number 2. It is Sutton, Cunningham, Mabbott, Olivet, Strite, and here comes Aaron Collier. 6 cars working the top. Almost looks like the halfway point of a Daytona or Talladega race. Everybody just kind of ripping the lip right now, following single files. Colby Olivet, he's going to look at the top side of Jacob Mabbott as they come off at turn number 2. It's still going to be Sutton showing the way over Cunningham as they do go side by side now. Olivet to the outside of Jacob Mabbott. That's battle for the 3rd position. As Jason Roger up on the flag stand here tonight, he has the white flag displayed for Sutton. Cunningham going to give a run for his money. He's going to look down the inside going into turn number 1. To the inside went Cunningham into turn number 1, washed up the racetrack. Might have made contact with the 32A of Alavez. Alavez does squeeze by him for 2nd. move Cunningham back to a third, as now here comes Jacob Strike around both Mabbitt and Cunningham out front. It will be the 27 machine of Dwayne Sutton winning heat race number 2 over Alouette. Strike comes home in third, followed by Aaron Collier, Cunningham, and Mabbitt, who crossed the stripe second and third on that white flag lap. Come home 5th and 6th as a battle for 7th. The 75 machine, Troy Grissom, and a sneak past the 39 of Craig Dillard. Every position matters here. So field getting set, looking for the green flag at the cone. It's in the air, we're underway. Another 6 laps, final Bomber heat race coming your way. And Jerry Nicola, he will lead the field into turn number 1, but it's going to be Toby Wibito whipping around him. He'll take the top spot and drive away, as there comes Ben Sabowski as well to the outside. They go 3, almost 4 wide there as Brian Hyatt looked to the inside, Nicola and Sabowski. And here comes Lacey as well in number 2. It will be Wibito leading lap number 1, followed by Sabowski. Lacey moves into that in the 2L in that third spot now. On the outside of Nicola, who took a while to get going, but now finally is up to full song. So they come across. They're off of turn number 2 for lap number 2. Got the number 3 right now starting to pounce on the 5150. That's Randy Booth in that white and green at number 3. They go side by side for that 4th spot off of turn number 4. Nicola to the outside. It will be the number 3 machine. Randy Booth down to the inside trying to take over the position. They stay side by side off of turn number 2. Still locked up side by side. Got the 87 Jag of John Gary behind them as well. As your top 3 drivers, they have broken away. It is Toby Wibito, Ben Sabowski, and the 2L of John Lacey. Now new 4th place runner is the number 3 Randy Booth, followed by Nicola. With the 87 Jag of John Gary right there trying to pounce on Nicola and move into that 5th spot. As John Lacey coming to run at the number 11 of Ben Sabowski now. Off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. As they go into turn number 3, it's going to be Sabowski hanging on that 2nd spot. But here comes John Lacey. He's going to look down the inside of Sabowski. Lacey did the inside of Sabowski as they head into turn number 1. Lacey couldn't quite take over that position. Sabowski still has the advantage. They come off at turn number 2. Sabowski pretty quick coming off the top side of turn number 2. Going to pull it back to about another half car length advantage over the 2L of Lacey. About lost it there though going into turn number 4. Did Sabowski as the white flag flies for Wibito. Sabowski all over the place right now on his hot rod, trying to hang on to that 2nd spot. John Lacey trying to get on the binders to avoid making contact with him. They go side by side for 2nd once more. Off at turn number 2, give it to the 2L of John Lacey as issues come from Ben Sabowski right now. Right in that 3rd spot has a big gap between himself and 4th place runner Randy Booth. And speaking of big gaps, Toby Wibito off at turn number 4. He will see the checker flag and win heat race number 3 over the 2L of John Lacey. Ben Sabowski comes home in a 3rd. Followed by Randy Booth, John Gary, Jared Nicola trying to hold off Jason Knupel off of turn number 4. He will not. Knupel sneaks by.